morning, my dear all students. Once again, I am here, Mrs. Shivie Poddar, welcome you on my channel English with Shivie. Now this time again, I bring you in front of you Std-09 chapter of Moments. Its name is The Happy Prince. It is written by Oscar Wilde. In this story, the writer is wanting how the precious thing is important in another's life and how there are no any values of the precious things for someone. Here is the statue which is gilded by the golden leaves, and the most precious stones, sapphires and ruby, are also gilded in his body and even in his soul. How they were valuable for the poor person, how they were used, and for whom and for which purpose this story is described here. So let's start the chapter from the first paragraph. How above the city on a high column stood the statue of the happy prince. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes he had two bright sapphires, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. It was a description of the happy prince. He was situated and in the form of a statue. It was in the high above the city. There was the tall column. There the happy prince was. The statue of the happy prince was, and it was gilded. All over the body of the statue was decorated with the fine plates, with the fine fresh gold, and it was also decorated with the precious sapphires. These were situated in his eyes. Not even this, but a large red ruby. It was also gilded. It was also hilted in the hilt of the sword. Hilt of the sword means the handle of the sword. Means not only on the body of the statue, but even in the hilt, in the stand, in the handle of the sword, the precious things were decorated and situated. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had stayed behind. Then he decided to go to Egypt too. Now in the second stanza, the writer is wanting to give the description about a little swallow. Swallow, the tiny bird. So he is saying that one night there was a little bird. He was flying over the statue of that little prince. His friends were not there. They have gone away to the Egypt for 6 weeks before. So he also was wanting to go there to meet with his friends. All day long he flew, and at night time he arrived at the city. Where shall I put up? He said. I hope the town has made preparations. The whole day was spent. For the whole day he was without any pause, flying and flying and flying. But at the night time he arrived at that city. Which city? In which the tall column was situated. The happy prince was there. So he was there. Now he has arrived there, and he was asking the question to himself that where he will put himself, where he will get the sleep. And he was here, the writer was also making the fun that the preparation has been done for him, because he is wanting to take rest, and he is saying that he is hoping the town has made the preparation, means the town has given the opportunity to him to take rest. Then he saw the statue on the tall column. I will put up there, he cried. It is a fine position with plenty of fresh air. So he alighted just between the feet of happy prince. Now he come to know about the tall column, where there was the happy prince statue situated. And now he shouted, he cried in happiness that wow, this is the wow factor for me, because he has got the place where he can sleep. And he was saying that this is the plenty place, because the fresh air is blowing there and the position will be fine. Nobody will be there to disturb him. So he alighted from there. Here the alighted means is descending. He was flying over the statue. Now he trying to come down near the feet of the tall statue and wanting to come and to take rest on the part where the statue was fixed. I have a golden bedroom, he said softly to himself as he looked around and he prepared to go to sleep. Now he is saying that he had golden statue. Why he is saying that golden statue? Because the statue was made up of gold and it was of gold. So he was saying that it is golden statue, and he is saying that it is golden bedroom. There he was wanting to take rest, there he was wanting to take sleep. So he is saying that it is just like the bedroom which is made up of gold. And he was saying this to only himself in the polite manner. And he was looking here and there and he was preparing to take sleep. But just as he was putting his hand under his wing, a large drop of water fell on him. When a curious thing, he cried, there is not a single cloud in the sky. The stars are quite clear and bright, and yet it is raining. As he decided to take rest, as he decided to go into the sleep, he tried to put his head under his wings as he felt that there was a large drop of water. And ultimately his cry was loud and he was shocked. He was saying that what the strange thing, curious thing, a strange thing, what the strange thing this is. Because there was no any cloud in the sky. The sky was clear. Even then there was a raindrop. This was also not looking the raindrop. Then from where it was falling down near him. Then another drop fell. What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said. I must look for a good chimney pot, and he determined to fly away. Now again another large drop of water fell down. So he was asking the question to himself that what will be the use of that big large statue if the raindrop will not be captured by him, means if the world will not be safe near this large statue, then what is the use of this? So he tried to fly over there and he was decided to go from there and he was wanting to search the good chimney pot. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell and he looked up and saw, what did he see? The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. Again, as he tried to fly over there, then again he felt that there was again the third large drop. And what he was seeing in the eyes. Now, that time he was near his eyes and he has seen that the eyes of the statue were wet. And he was seeing, the little swallow was seeing that the statue was crying. He was shocked to see that the tears were rolling down through the cheeks. Running down the cheeks, rolling down from the golden cheeks. And due to the moonlight, it was glittering. Have you seen ever? Means if the metal will be there and the water lids or the raindrops will be there, it will be glittered. So similarly, the statue was glittering for the moonlight and the bird was there to see it all the glittering. The raindrops means the tears were there on the cheeks of the statue and he was shocked to see the raindrops on the cheeks of the statue. And the face was so much beautiful and it was brightening. Now this time the little swallow was filled with sympathy. He was feeling that how it will be possible that the statue will be in full misery and in full gloomness. So he was having the sympathy through the statue. Now, who are you? He said. I am the happy prince. Why are you weeping then? Asked the swallow. You have quite drenched me. Now they were having the conversation and the bird was asking the question to the happy prince that who are you? Then the prince replied that I am the happy prince. Then again the swallow was asking the question, why are you weeping? You are not knowing that you have drenched to me. Drenched, wet, means you are not knowing that I was sleeping here and you have drenched me. You have totally gave the wetness on my body and you don't know what the feeling it is. When I was alive and had a human heart, answered the statue, I did not know what the tears were, for I lived in the palace, where sorrow is not allowed to enter. My courtiers called me the happy prince, and the happy indeed I was. Now, from this time, he was telling the story of his human being life. So he was saying that when I was alive, when I was human being, I was happy prince, I was having the courage, I was having the soft, delicate heart, and I did not know what the tear was. Means he was even not knowing what the gloominess, what the tears, what the pitifulness are. Because I was living in the palace, and in the palace no misery, no gloominess, no tears, no any sadness were faced by me, and no sorrow was there even to enter into my palace. My all the courtiers, my all the kingdom person, my all the kingly persons were there to call me the happy prince, because never anyone saw me in any gloomness or any sorrowfulness. And yes, really I was happy, because that time I was not feeling any fearful manner or any gloominess to any person. So I lived and I died. And now that I am dead, that they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of my city. And though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. So I lived my life with full of happiness. No sorrow was there, no any misery was there to be faced by me. So after struggling, after spending my whole life, I died, and after my death, all the persons were there to situate me on this high tall column. And now on this high tall column, I am seeing all the misery, all the ugliness, all the misery, all the gloominess of my city. And now, even my being made of lead, my heart is, even then I am there to cry. I am there to have the tears in my eyes. Means that time when I was having the real heart, that time no misery was there to be felt. But this time even the heart is made up of lead, the glass, the metal. Even then I am feeling the misery and my heart is weeping. What is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. Now the swallow was disturbed, and he was asking the question to himself that what he is weeping? He is not of pure gold, means he is not made up of gold, and he was too much, but this time he was too much polite because the statue was too much in grief. So he doesn't want to make any comments, any remarks on his misery. Far away, continued the statue in a low musical voice. Far away in a little street there is a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn, and she has coarse red hands all pricked by the needle, for she is seamless. Now he is telling the story of a poor lady. He is saying far away. Now the statue is continuing his story. He is saying that far away from this place, he is saying in a low musical voice. Why the musical voice is referring here? Because his throat is full of emotions, and in emotions the voice may be in lyrical or musical way. So he is saying that far away from this statue, from my sight, far away in the little street, means there is a little small street, there is a poor house, and the window is open, and through the window I am able to see the things, that there are persons, and there is a woman who is there to sit on the table, and her face is too much gloomy, too much thin and pale. She is born the V2 of wear. It shows that she is not feeling good, she is having the fearful manner, she is having the misery, she is not living the happy life. So She is cold, she is dull and pale, and her hands are red because all the fingers are pricked, all the fingers are cut by the needle because she is seamstress. Seamstress means a woman who makes a living by sewing, means female tailor. So she is seamstress, she is used to sew the clothes to the another person for the another person's, and she earn the money to do the work. She is using to sew the clothes by doing this work for living her life. And her hands, her fingers are red and coarse, dull. She is embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queen's maids of honor to wear the next court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has a fever and is asking his mother to give him oranges. His mother had nothing to give him but river water. So he is crying, "Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my soiled hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal and I cannot move." He is continuing the story and he is saying that the lady, the seamstress, the lady tailor was embroidering. She is doing the work of embroidery, the flowers on the satin gown. Satin gown, that time satin gown is for the precious or the valuable cloth. So he is saying that he is doing the embroidery of the flowers on that gown, and this is for the queens, the loveliest queen, because she is having the loveliest queen is having the honor, and she is having the court ball. Court ball means the party where all the persons, all the valuable and the richest prince and queens were there to be invited. So she is having the party, and in that party she is having the honor. That's why she is there to give the gown, the dress for the embroidery. But he is saying, the prince is saying that in the corner of the bed of that house there is a boy, the little boy who is ill, and due to the illness, due to the coarseness, he is wanting to eat the oranges, but the poor seamstress not having the oranges, even not any chapatis, and only she is having the water of river. But the poor boy is crying and he is demanding for the oranges and fruits, but she is not able to give anything to him. So please, my dear swallow, swallow, my dear swallow, my little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby? Will you not take out the ruby from my hilt, from my handle of the sword? So please take out the ruby from my sword and give it to that lady. I am not able to go there because I am fastened here, I am struck here on the statue, on this pedestal. Pedestal means raised platform, means the platform where the statues are fixed, where the little swallow were there to take rest. So he is saying that I am fixed on the pedestal and I cannot move from here, so I am unable. So he is requesting to take out the ruby from the handle of the sword, and he is requesting to swallow to give it to the seamstress. I am waiting for in Egypt, said the swallow. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. She is not able. The swallow is not able to go there because she is already waited for. Because all the friends, all the family members are not there. They had gone there in Egypt and they are waiting. And he is saying that my friends are flying up and down for the Nile. Nile is the name of the river which is flowing in the city Egypt. And the swallow is saying that they are there to talk with the lotus flowers. It is irony, means it is not possible to talk with the lotus. Even then he is saying that they will be there to drink the water near the lotus, near the river, and now this is the time for sleeping of them. So I have also to go there to fetch them. The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. The boy is so thirsty and the mother so sad, he said. But he is requesting, the happy prince is requesting to the swallow that one night, please one night, be stay with me and please do the work of mine. And the poor sea mistress is unable and is not able to give any fruit to quench the thirst, to quench the feelings of that poor boy. So please take the ruby from my sword and please help me. I don't think I like boys, answered the swallow. I want to go to Egypt. Here, the writer is wanting that she is female, but every time he is mentioning her or him, he. So we cannot say that she is male or female, he is male or female. Now this time, this feeling is showing that he is the girl and he doesn't want to like, he is showing that he is not having the interest in boys. So she is saying that I don't want to stay here, I want to go to Egypt. But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. It is very cold here, he said, but he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Thank you, little swallow, and said the prince. But to see the sad face of the happy prince, the little swallow was sorry. Here sorry means in worry. He is in worry, he is in pity and sympathy. So he is saying that it is very cold here. Birds are not able and birds are not there to feel well in the cold weather. That's why they were there to migrate from there. And he is even urging that here is too much cold, so I am not able to stay here. Even then he has to stay there. So he agreed to stay for one night more, and for being the messenger, he is there to help the happy prince. So the happy prince is obliged to the swallow and he is saying to thank him, and he is too much obliged and thankful. I am also thankful to you for my viewer, for my student. Thank you. Bye-bye. We will meet again in our next video.